How do I plan a lesson?
First, you need to write down exactly what it is that the kids need to learn. You should have a specification that will give you this info.
Alright. What next?
Once you know what to include, you need to break it down into appropriate learning outcomes.
Learning what?
Learning outcomes.
What are they?
They are the things that the students actually need to be able to do at the end of the lesson. They need to be organized into levels of learning based on Bloom's taxonomy.
Core, I didn't think it would be quite so complicated.
It's not complicated, you just need to follow this process.
Okay. Thanks for the encouragement. Tell me more.
To write learning outcomes, you should refer to Bloom's taxonomy. However, a good starting point is recall, describe, explain.
Recall, describe, explain?
Yes. The first learning outcome might be to recall some keywords on the topic. The second to describe a process. And the third and hardest to explain that process.
Alright. Thanks. I'll grab a copy of Bloom's taxonomy.
Bloom's taxonomy.
That's what I said.
Sure. Anyway, the next step is to decide on the lesson activities you will use to give the students the opportunity to achieve these outcomes.
So I tell them the information.
The best activities allow the students to explore the topic themselves, make discoveries, and then feedback what they have learned.
And then I tell them.
You facilitate the process and guide them in the right direction, dealing with misconceptions and asking open questions which allow the students to develop understanding.
But then I tell them.
Yes, it is important to consolidate ideas and present model outcomes so that every student has a measure of their progress and knows what they need to do to improve.
So, I come up with some appropriate activities that allow the students to explore the topic and achieve the learning outcomes. But how do I know if they've achieved them?
You will assess each activity by getting the pupils to do something.
Do what?
It depends on the learning outcome. You might get them to write a paragraph, answer some questions, draw a picture, or do a dance.
Right, good thinking, and then I mark it.
Marking and written feedback is a great way to assess the students but is incredibly time-consuming and therefore not realistic every lesson.